Cancer, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say really, really cool. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. If you're brand new to the channel or just cross-watching for your sign, I'm JT. Like I always say, Cancer, in the general reading, sometimes these energies line up with our lives. Sometimes they don't. Don't hate the reader. Anyway, I'm going to give you the best explanation of the cards that I can, okay? We'll shuffle up and I'll talk about the categories with you. Cancer, I've already pre-shuffled, but I'll shuffle for transparency's sake. Anyway, I hope for you health, wealth, stability, love. I hope there's confirmation in this reading. I want you to kick back, sit back, relax. We're going to go through this card, find kind of like a energy update, kind of combing through the energies, right? Do keep in mind, Cancer, that I have been putting all of the haiku poems now right at the beginning of your read. It gives me time to kind of check out the cards. And anyway, I hope you enjoy those poems. Let me know in the comments, would you? Anyway, it would be nice if you would comment to let me know if you, if you enjoy my style of reading. All right, Cancer, one more time, and we'll get started here. I'll lay out the cards. We're going to talk about your current energy, your crossing challenge. Interesting. Okay. We're going to talk about, all right, the self. This is looking pretty cool. We're going to talk about the recent past, possibilities, the near future. Okay, this is going to get steamy. We're going to talk about the self, how you're showing up. We're going to look at the environment around you, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction. Cancer, this is going to be a good one, I assure you. Okay, give me a time to check out these cards, and here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. Okay, Cancer. Hey, let me know in the comments which one of those poems resonated with you the most, would you? Okay, we're gonna get into your reading. This, as I looked at the cards, what I'm seeing is you got a couple of major arcanas coming out in particular positions. So, Cancer, I'm going to try to tell you this reading has a little bit of teeth. All right, and for some of you, you're going to peel away from the channel because you don't want to hear that. But I'm not the one that's going to sugarcoat stuff for you. What I'm getting at is it's kind of like sometimes in our life, I know I've looked in the mirror and went, I'm so fucking tired of my own story that it's making me sick, okay? You're at a crossroads, right? You start off with the Two of Swords. So it's like definitely a decision in your life where you're at that point, you know what I mean? So anyway, I love you and I respect you. So I'm going to tell you like I said, okay? Here we go. So you open up the reading with the Two of Swords, right? Representing that I feel like this is a mental crossroads, definitely, okay? This is I don't know what I want to do yet, okay? So I'm going to do nothing right now. But it's because you're protecting your heart, right? You're trying to make a decision that feels, just really emotionally loaded here. Okay, this is like, for some of you, this may resonate, like you're torn between a couple of people, maybe a lover or, even a decision between lovers, okay? And I'm not a judge here. I don't care. None of that is my business. You do what you want to do. Um, you're waiting for someone to make a move, so maybe you don't have to, or you, for some, it might be like you're avoiding a conversation because you know it's going to change everything. You know what I mean? This could look like for some pretending like you don't care, but you do. Keep in mind, Cancer, I have a lot of viewers that would watch this video, so I have to try to get as many generalized ideas as I can about the cards. So moving on here, but I kind of feel like maybe for some, it might be like ignoring someone's message, so that they protect their own peace here, stuck between your head and your heart. You're unsure, maybe for some, like, is their flirting genuine, or is it just, someone trying to get attention from you? Okay. For others, it may look like, debating whether to leave a job or something like that that might be draining you. You know, it could look like maybe trying to read someone's mixed signals. Okay. This has got the human behavior of like, someone acting neutral, but they're actually like watching all of your reactions closely. Okay. Like a coworker or somebody you're around, uh, somebody who's interested in you. Okay. So it's somebody paying close attention to someone or to you, and trying to pretend like they're not. Okay. It's got both masculine and feminine energies here. So the masculine would look something like, very indecisive, very guarded, and the feminine energy would be intuitive. Okay. But it does have that overwhelmed. Okay. For some, as far as synchronicities are concerned, we could be talking about the numbers 222. Okay. That represents alignments, so it's like a forced alignment into making this decision, for some of us. For some of us, we're sitting on our hands because, like I said, it's an emotional, kind of an emotional roller coaster. You're just trying to pull back and try to feel what the hell's going on, right? As far as other synchronicities, the number 222, kind of lines up with the spirit animal like the owl, okay, which represents clarity coming. You know what I mean? That could be significant for somebody. Also, maybe within the next 2 weeks might be a significant date. Okay, we're moving on into your crossing challenge, and we have the Knight of Wands, right? All right, I'm going to be gentle with you. The challenge here is dealing with that Rico Suave. For some of you who know that song, that kind of puts us back there, doesn't it? But it's dealing with someone who's hot and cold, impulsive, right? But definitely passionate here. Okay, but showing signs of inconsistency as well. So this is someone texting you at 2 a.m. That might be part of those synchronicities as well. So pay attention. We could be definitely talking about any of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here, something like that might apply. Those signs might be in your timeline. But anyway, this is someone who, I don't know, they want you with everything they have, okay? And they're showing that physically. But on the emotional side, you're not really picking up on that, commitment kind of depth, right? Someone who's rushing, you know, um, rushing with the passion, but not really following through on that side, okay? For some of you, this could look like, maybe you are tempted, to chase someone who thrives on the chase, right? So some of you might be in the chaser mode, which is okay, no big deal. It could look like someone flirting very heavily, but avoiding, like major plans or something like that. Okay. Someone posting, the thirst traps after you've pulled away. That could apply to someone here. Um, I don't know. Others, it may feel like, just like I said, when you look in the mirror and you go, I'm so fucking tired of being drawn into all these karmic lessons. I'm done. Okay. So that's the part of the energy that I said, might have a little bit of teeth, but I think you're going to take it with stride, right? But we're going to move on. We are looking at the foundation. Okay. The foundation card it's emotional seed. It's new love, new feelings, a fresh emotional start anyway. Okay. This could look like for some, like a new crush that's entered into your life, someone confessing their feelings to you. I don't know, feeling emotionally open after maybe a long dry spell for some of you. Okay. This is healing your heart. Um, for some of you, it may be feeling butterflies again, this has got the meeting to someone that may have like the soft eyes, the blue or, brown for many of you. I don't know. It's definitely got that a heartfelt, um, heartfelt energy. Okay, it's a divine offering of love here. So it does feel ooey gooey in some ways. Okay, this is the shy but emotionally sincere. Okay, so for some of you, this could be either your interpretation of love or the person or someone that may be coming towards you that's making you feel this way, or that they are reacting. They have that sincerity in their emotional touch, right? So the feminine energy would definitely look, receptive, glowing, and the masculine energy is that, open-hearted and vulnerable. Okay, so pay attention when you meet that one. That's the one I'm talking about. Okay, for synchronicities, the numbers 111 represents new beginnings, right? Again, butterflies might be synchronicity for somebody, but definitely an emotional awakening here. We could also be talking about maybe like 1 week, something like that, or even moving into like Cancer season. The dates between June 21st through June or July 22nd, something like that. Those could be significant dates for somebody here. Okay, as far as synchronicities. Okay, moving on into the recent past, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Take a deep breath. Once again, this is a little bit stingy, but this is walking away from all of that was not giving back to you, at least not what you needed. Okay, you leaving a relationship, a situationship, whatever, something that just drains you emotionally. Okay, this is detaching from someone, and the inconsistencies here. Okay, no more chasing. The someone who didn't show up for you, right? And that's not a terrible thing. People have the tendency to put a very negative spin on the chaser, right? There is nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. It just depends on the circumstances, especially when it's not giving back, right? So that's part of that looking in the mirror story. Just you're no longer dealing with that shit. You're tired of it. This could look like somebody you're unfollowing, or you just put on mute, right? Social media, leaving a job or an environment that felt pretty stagnant for you, something like that. Maybe for some it's you just kind of stopped playing those old conversations, in your head, realizing you deserve way more, walking away from someone who may have walked away from you, right? To figure themselves out, you know, ending karmic cycles, definitely here, choosing peace over your chaos. You're walking away, right? So the masculine and feminine energies, both the masculine would look avoidant, and the feminine definitely that emotionally exhausted, but strong and stronger. Okay. As far as synchronicities are concerned, definitely going to give the 444 here. Okay, that's a sign of protection. Okay, for some of you who resonate with spirit animals and things like that, you could be seeing like black feathers. Okay, which talk about the sign of release. Okay, all right. Any other signs might look like 8 weeks as far as timing, something like that. So another couple of months out from now, may be significant dates. All right, we're going to move on into the possibilities. Here's that other major arcana I was talking about. So we have the star, right? This is hope. It's healing. Excuse me. It's divine timing. A wish coming true. Okay, you're meeting that someone who feels, not only emotionally but spiritually aligned with. Okay, we could be talking about a soulmate connection here. You know, um, who who may very well enter after kind of that long dry spell that we talked about from the beginning. This could also look like, I don't know, if somebody has a very intense social media presence. This could be the blow up. That one video that's been sitting dormant in the closet all of a sudden goes viral, and you're like, what the hell, right? Good coffee. Okay. It could also look something like um, the dream job, right? Or an opportunity that's about to appear for you. Okay. Someone seeing you as their ideal, right? You're the one. Okay. You're the star of the show for them. You're healing from a heartbreak that once defined you. That could be part of that. Receiving some kind of a message, that just feels fated, right? Like, I don't know, that long distance um, relationship or something like that. Feel when it comes together, you just get that. It's that certain high that you feel. It's the response from both of you. This is This is you definitely being guarded or guided. I'm sorry, guarded. For some of you, it may be guarded, but don't be. Open up your chakras. That's what the 7 stars represent. Okay. But being guided by signs and synchronicities at this point, it does have both masculine and feminine energy involved here. So the masculine energy would look like definitely inspired and hopeful, and the feminine energy is, it's radiant, it's intuitive. Okay. As far as synchronicities are concerned, we're talking about 777 here. Definitely, the divine alignment, stars in dreams, those types of situations. Somebody could be like a night sky watcher, um, you know, destiny. Somebody who, I don't know, somebody may be dealing with an Aquarian here, the Aquarius season, or at least the Aquarius dates, January the 20th through February, roughly the 18th, something like that. May be significant dates for someone. Excuse me. Excuse me. It is allergy season for sure. All right, moving on now into the near future. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is a spark. This is a beginning. A passionate new chapter in your life here. Okay, so like I said, that story in the mirror is changing. This is a steamy connection that may ignite for some of you. Uh, this is a I don't know. This is that bold energy message. Okay, for some, it could look like just a brand new creative project that you're beginning, you're starting. Um, I don't want to leave any of those hopes or visions out of this reading here, but for some, it may look like you're so physically attracted to someone, that you can't believe it happened like in 30 seconds. Okay, this is someone flirting aggressively. It could look like an opportunity that definitely excites the hell out of you. Okay, we could be talking about another fire sign that enters your life. So any of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for some of you, right? But this is motivation again. This is the starting something new that really grows fast. Okay, um, and for some males, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And anyway, take it with a grain of salt. You feel definite motivation, a sexual connection that becomes very meaningful, right? For some, I don't know, but this is the someone becoming very bold, confident, very direct. It does have both masculine and feminine energy. So the masculine is passionate and assertive, for sure. Feminine is definitely magnetic and receptive. As far as synchronicities, 1111, it's the manifestation. Okay, it's the sparks, it's the fire imagery, those types of things, right? Um, Timing, we could be talking about, tomorrow, or Aries season could be very significant for somebody too. So March 21st through April 19th, some dates in between there might be significant too. So, all right, now we're moving on into the self. We have the moon. All right, another gentle hug and kiss here for you, Cancer. This is you're dealing with fear, intuition, spikes. You know, the dreams, emotional uncertainty, those types of things. The overthinking of somebody else's intentions. The vivid dreams about someone here. Sensing things before they happen. Uh, uh, it's the fear of repeating old patterns. You know, Dealing with anxiety or emotional overwhelmment. It's like you're picking up on someone's energy intuitively, and maybe you're unsure whether to trust those feelings. Okay, and I feel like that is really what we're dealing with here. But I don't know. It's just trying to navigate the illusion, the mixed signals, that type of energy. Okay. As far as the masculine energy is involved here, it would look confused or avoidant. As far as the feminine energy, we're talking about very intuitive and emotional at this time or during this season, because that's all that it is, right? As far as synchronicities, any of the dream symbols that may appear for some, it could look like black cats or whatever kind of a spirit animal or something like that that shows up to try to say, hey, you know, um, you need to tackle this fear. You need to understand what this is about and move forward with it, right? We could be talking about Pisces season. Major Arcana, the Moon card, resonates with Pisces. So, significant dates for Pisces, definitely between February 19th through March 20th, something like that. That could be a significant date for someone or dates. Okay, in the environment, we have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're surrounded by people here. They want access to you, but I feel like maybe you've pulled back your energy, and it's rightfully so. You know, you're in that Two of Swords energy, like I said from the beginning. So someone could be feeling very defensive or guarded at this point. Um, somebody somebody may feel a little threatened by you glowing up, showing up. You know, investing in yourself. You've pulled back your energies, right? So someone you know might be really trying to fight for your attention right now. But you're protecting your peace, right? So that person is becoming jealous, okay, of all the progress that you're making. You know, you're standing up for yourself, and someone's trying to prove themselves to you. You know, so you're, you know, I don't know. It's like you're pushing away the drama and choosing your battles wisely. And the more you do that, you start to see those types of people kind of, you know, I don't know. It's got that gum on the shoe, bottom of the shoe effect, right? All right. So we're talking about someone acting tough but is scared of losing you here. Masculine and feminine energies both. Masculine is would appear to be like on the defense, and the feminine is you know, firm but compassionate here. Okay. As far as synchronicities, we are definitely looking at 999 here. Okay. That represents completion. Those could be significant numbers for somebody. Also, the spirit animal, like the hawk, for some of you, it represents protection. Okay. So, anyway, we could be talking about uh, within the next 7 days, something significant here as far as protection or a completion of the cycle of something. Okay, moving on into hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. Okay, another deep breath. This is not the sting that you think it is. Okay, um, you know, this is you recognizing in the mirror. You know, the fear of betrayal, the endings, the abandonment, or the repeating cycles that have taken place over and over again. This is I'm done with that shit. No more blindsided. You know, uh, no more of the lying. You know, uh, that fear of losing someone because you've stepped out and away from yourself here. Okay, so definitely, you know, this is fear based, right? You know, the repeating karmic patterns. You know, being taken advantage of. You know, uh, being way too forgiving when you shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying here. So this is an ending of you personally done with that shit, all of it. So the masculine energy would look like guilt or avoidance, you know, for some. uh, the feminine energy is wounded but rising. Okay, so that's what that kind of definitely represents. As far as synchronicities, again, the numbers 444, we had that come up. Also owls, you know, this represents protection and truth, Cancer. Okay. And like I said, I feel like for some of you, they may have peeled away from the channel. If you were brave enough to stick, this is definitely your reading. This, excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. This is the Queen of Swords. You know, the power area. This is the power area, power era of your life here. Okay, this is, you know, boundaries. It's clarity. It's truth. It's definitely emotional intelligence here. Okay, you've cut someone off who've drained you. You know, this is you speaking your truth now. Okay. Uh, we are talking about the outcome and direction. This is where you're headed, or this is where you were at yesterday. Okay, and for some of you, this could have taken place a little bit earlier, but I feel like this may be confirmation for some, and it may be eye-opening for others. Like, okay, I'm ready for this. This is I am not accepting your fucking breadcrumbs. You know, I am not. I am gonna I'm going to choose my logic over the fantasy, at least temporarily. I can lose myself when I find that emotional one, right? This is the boundaries that finally stick. Emotional independence, so to speak, okay? Attracting that one who respects your strength, you know, not draining. You know, this is no longer tolerating all the mixed signals, detaching from the drama, stepping into your, you know, true authority here, okay? So as far as the masculine and feminine energy, the masculine would look intimidated but definitely intrigued. Okay, and the feminine is empowered. It's discerning. Okay, synchronicities 111, which definitely represents new identity. So some of you could be seeing that. For others, we could be talking about keys. Okay, now this is has come up recently. We're talking about keys represent unlocking the truth, okay? For some of you, don't get pissed if you accidentally lock your keys in the car. This is the universe telling you, hey, it's time, it's today. Or just a reminder, or locking your keys, and lock the door behind you in the house and walk out and go, shit, you know what I'm saying? It's the synchronicity of the key is what I'm getting at, unlocking truth. We could be talking about also Libra season for some of you. So the dates September 22nd through October the 22nd, something like that, may be significant for others. Cancer, I feel like this is the year that you're no longer letting fear make your decisions, right? Um, you're moving out and away from the emotional fog, all the situations that's drained you. This is your passion returning, back to you, the force that you knew that you had within you, and you just kind of avoided for a little bit, and it's totally okay. It's learning to trust your intuition, without letting fear kind of like distort what you need to move forward to. Okay, truth over fantasy, self-respect over temporary comfort, that type of situation. The Queen of Swords outcome is powerful. You know what I mean? It's like it's your worth. You're speaking your truth. You're going to attract the people who can meet you at your level. Uh, Meet the people that can support you. This is a beautiful reading. Okay, Cancer. I hope you got confirmation. I hope it was clarity for some. I hope you stuck around. If you did or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, would you? And let me know in the comments, about the haiku poems, if any of them resonated with you. Um, I won't know unless somebody comments. You know what I mean? And so sometimes these, if nobody comments, I won't know whether to do an extended or something like that or not. So anyway, Cancer, I love you. I respect you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, come back and see me, okay, on the next reading. All right. Bye-bye.